It's time for with Nia.Biaa.
This one is Heard It Through the Grapevine. And before we start, and before I kind of talk about it, I just want to say thank y'all, because I think we changed our outline 7 times, right? But what greats haven't changed and grown.
23 to 45 back to 23. So
listen, sometimes you got to go back to take a couple steps forward, and that's just what it's gonna be. And until people is paying us, y'all just gonna have to take it the way it.
Michael Jackson had to change his skin color a little bit just to.
Yeah. He said, "Hold on. Y'all want me to be black all the time?" Dumb. They don't even.
How much money I could get if I stop.
He said, "You just bleach, right?" Bleach. No, he's a great. Let me stop. Okay, so our new segment, right, is Heard It Through the Grapevine. Cue music. No, you're not feeling it? No. I used to always love that song. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. How much longer would you be? How much longer would you? Don't you know that I heard it? Heard it. Yes, I heard it. Well, there's actually 2.
What song is that?
Literally heard it. Oh my God. You did so well with Tevin Campbell. And now here we are. Okay. So there's one version by Gladys Knight, that one I just sung, and then there's one by Marvin Gaye, which is also amazing, right? And his is like doom, 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 doom. I bet you wonder how I knew. No? Wow.
I just knew, I think I had an inclination that he sung that song. I didn't know Gladys Knight had a version.
Yes, and they're both amazing. But what both sucks about them is that they're finding out that the lover is cheating on them. But it sounds so good. I feel so good hearing those songs.
With that, so then, when was Gladys Knight out and when was Marvin Gaye out? If he
at the same time.
Oh, there was just.
I think Marvin may have been first, and then she was. But I feel like they were, because it was like Gladys Knight and the Pips. You know, when they used to still announce the other people behind you, so they had to be around the same time. So, but anyway, so this segment is basically all the nice juicy things that we used to talk about in the beginning. So nothing's really changed. You know, we just switched it up on y'all just a un poquito, just a little bit, right? So
you came back bilingual.
You don't know me. Your girl's salaried now. I do whatever I want.
I pull up and start speaking Russian.
Nah, that's a little too far. Have you seen Russian? Have you
If we start speaking Russian, the feds might be on this podcast.
Fact. He said, "What y'all say about Trump?" What y'all
I said. We said.
Yeah, that's a fact. Fact and a half. All right, you ready to get into these topics?
Yeah.
Act like you care for the people.
This is me. If you know me, this is me.
Okay, anywho. All right, first up, right? Comes with great sadness that I have to say this out loud. I've been trying not to physically say it out loud because I've been crying every time that I've said it. However, one of our the great Chadwick Boseman has passed away. And I don't know about you, but that was my superhero, right? I'm not one person to get all big on celebrities in general. There's probably 5 on my list that I would probably faint for, and he was definitely up on that top 5. And so it is with great sadness that I come to you and say that our king, is that your king? It is our king. Has unfortunately passed away at the age of 43, battling colon cancer that absolutely nobody knew about, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was shocking to me when I saw as everybody else was shocked. I think what messed me up was just one, it's just, it's that cliche thing, he was just so young, right? Mm-hmm. And when you think about I told you this recently, when I think about the little negative fears that creep into my head about how all the different ways as a Black man life can get me or things can get me. It was just wow, somebody that you would have thought was seemed like they were at their prime and they were just doing amazing things, and then
he just put out a movie. Huh? He just put out a movie and was getting ready to put out another one.
Yeah, and to our human understanding, to our human eye, it feels like it was cut short, but obviously, God has other plans that we won't argue with. To me, what I will say is you put it perfectly. He loved being Black, and he made it a point to be all those extremely important Black figures. I never even thought about it till you said it. When I look back, I was like, wow, like he really did play so many prominent Black figures, and then also just Black roles in general that we're gonna remember.
Mhm.
You know, and like it's like you said, like he made it cool, made it a thing to be Black, and at a time where sometimes even Black people don't want to be Black,
Yeah.
he he was a shining light. So I'm thankful for that personally. You you definitely made me aware of that. And another thing for me is like I can't tell people this enough, especially this is definitely goes out to my Caribbean people. You got to go to the doctor. You got to go to the doctor. I know we have our feelings about Western medicine. Dia knows my feelings about medicine, Western medicine, and all that kind of stuff. But if you have the ability, if you have the funds, the resources, the means, whatever the case may be, like get that checkup. Go to the counselor. Like I gotta go. I keep putting it off. I keep finding every reason not to go. I'm gonna cope with basketball or weed or food, or I'm gonna just work through it. I'm gonna pray through it. Like I gotta. We got to. You gotta get those screenings. And I know they're uncomfortable. I know the joke about colon cancer and colon, like all those different things. But it's like it ain't funny when shit gets real. So.
Especially because thinking about like Chad and all of the resources he must have had with all of the money he had, right? Like,
Yeah.
and he still wasn't able to beat this thing. It's extremely important that we are getting physical checkups, that we are catching that stuff as early as we can, if we can at all, because it's hella important, and like you said, it hurts my heart because he was just so Black and so proud to be Black, and he just knew how important it was for us to play our figures and us see ourselves in such positive lights on film. Like I don't know another person who has dedicated their life to making sure that Black men and women, and everybody in between who identify as Black just felt good watching the TV, like that our stories were told. And even if they weren't quote unquote our stories, like a Black movie, sometimes just seeing Black people doing regular things without having to die, or there's some sort of struggle, or now they're selling drugs in the hood, like I don't know, insert like stereotypical Black people things here. Like it felt good. And it also felt good learning about some of our, like you said, our leaders. He was just, for me, such a light. And the world is not as bright without him in it. I don't know. He just seems so peaceful and such like a calm spirit that I regret not being. I mean, it's not like I could just walk into any Hollywood party anyway, but I regret not being able to meet him at least once. So prayers and condolences for his family, and for everybody else. I know everybody's like collectively mourning. And also, I just like to say, it is okay for us to cry about people we don't know because of what they represent and what they mean to us. We've lost some really amazing Black people this year, and it hurts.
This past week, and
three people have already passed, and those are just famous people. I've been on my timeline today, and I saw 2 or 3 people who are saying RIP to somebody that they love, which makes no sense to me. It's tough. I don't live for this, but yeah, let me move on because your girl sucks.
Right, I felt it coming up. I felt it welling up for me too. So I was like, let's.
You're right. Okay, so rest in power to Chadwick. We love you. We already miss you. And prayers to his family. Sure. Moving on to something a little bit lighthearted. So I don't know if you've seen it, but my girl Adele is out here with the Bantu knots, honey. She is out here, and listen. She lost that man. She lost that weight. Got that head. Got that bread. So I don't know. It's been a lot of back and forth with her festival, or carnival, not festival. Excuse me. I am a Black American, so for all of you who are listening who are Caribbean, please do not cut my head off. But her carnival outfit with her Bantu knots caused a lot of.
What I'm trying to figure out is how did she get them bitches to hold together?
I honestly could not tell you. I don't know.
I have twisted her, like moved her head at
I'm guessing there's a lot of hairspray. I know a lot of white people use hairspray and bobby pins. So I'm just guessing that's just.
Or he must have took like honey straight from the honeycomb. I mean, like everything.
Well, white people also have like perms too, but their perms make it curly. So maybe she did a perm, made it curly, and then they did the, keep it in there, hold it. I'm making all of this shit up. I really don't know.
Yeah. The One Night Podcast would like to know.
Literally, I'm just here for the tea on I guess you could say, the discord back and forth between, people saying it's cultural appropriation, people saying that it's not cultural appropriation. The argument that's a little bit deeper, I would like to touch on later. So we're not going to touch on that. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Can you read? Okay, cool. We won't touch on that. But how do you feel about, Ponder River?
On the other side. Yo, shorty. First off, like all jokes aside, to go through what she went through, I'm happy to see her smiling and having fun, things like that, because what she went through is rough. I guess, it's just rough. So shout out to her for making it through, making an appearance, enjoying her life and stuff like that. With that being said, it's not cultural appropriation.
Okay.
It's not cultural appropriation because she's not using it to benefit from it. She's not pretending it's hers. She's not.
But that's not what cultural appropriation is either, though.
It's kind of like racism. Everybody got their own definition. It's like I got my way of understanding it.
Okay.
And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But from how I define and understand cultural appropriation, that ain't it. Because if we say it's just anybody adopting something that's not their culture, then we all need to.
Yeah, I think it's about paying respects to that culture, right? So it's like those things that you said, plus making sure that you are paying respects, making sure that it's not just a costume, making sure that, you've connected with.
See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's appropriated in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I mean, yes, that is it. It's kind of like that argument where they're like, oh, well, if you've been yelled at by a man, that's being like sexually harassed. They're like, oh, then I've been sexually harassed. Everybody's been sexually harassed. And you're like,
what do you mean yelled at by a man?
Like if I'm walking down the street and I'm getting catcalled.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant if I just scream at you, I'm sexually harassed. I'm like, hold on. Y'all not gonna take my right to scream. That's the one thing I got left. Like, y'all took everything.
I'm trying to draw the parallel. There are some people who say like, oh, if you've been catcalled, you've been sexually harassed. And so some people would be like, well, then that means everybody's been sexually harassed. And it's like, this is the
case. Yes, that is actually very accurate.
So then it's kind of like the same thing. You're like, oh, well, that would be everybody's appropriating to a certain extent. Yes, everybody appropriates, right? It's just kind of like, what are the intentions behind it? What's the learning behind it? At least for me, I don't know if it's cultural appropriation. I kind of teeter on the line, but I'm also not Caribbean, or African, or anything other than Black, because that's what I identify with. Again, we'll have a different conversation a different day. I feel like that topic would be great for your segment for later, but. Yeah, if she comes out with a
now I'm gonna be tight. She start doing the Drake, but also
with the reggae album, I just need to know: are you buying it or not?
I don't purchase music in the first place. However, I will stream for the laughs.
You give her a stream for the laugh.
For the laughs, like
all that money her husband took, I'll give her a stream too.
My thing is, like, y'all better not say shit because y'all been letting Drake play around like he's every single culture in the world, appropriating not only ethnicities but hood culture, gang culture, all this kind of stuff.
Are you implying that he never lived in the hood? Are you implying that Mr. Aubrey never lived in the hood?
I'm not implying. I'm stating the fact that Aubrey Graham is not a gangster.
I don't know if he said he was a gangster. I know he said he lived in the hood.
They're talking tough and acting tough and all that kind of stuff, and saying stuff that we all know Drake's not gonna do.
His goons are gonna do it. Did you not hear that he will do it for the Gucci belt? He said it in sickle mode. Come on. You're not listening.
Clearly, I'm not
never said I'm bussing. He said, but my friend though. We'll do it for the low. So
To the cat. But anyway, like y'all, if y'all gonna let Drake do all that, y'all better let Adele get her shit off.
listen, again, I'm not a part of that community. I tried to speak up the other day. I got my head chopped off because I'm a Black American. So you know what?
Who?
By other Caribbean people. Apparently on Twitter, it was trending Black Americans, which was very triggering for me to hear. Like they kept saying, "Oh, Black Americans, Black Americans," and I'm like, "Why you couldn't just say Black people? Like, why?" Like I think
it's not Black people; it's Black Americans.
no, but I'm a Black person.
But we're talking about a very specific subgroup.
No. That's it. I told you it was triggering for me. Don't tell me what I'm supposed to feel. That's it. That's it. And that goes for all of y'all. Everybody who was out here, Black Americans, which also kills me because Sips T, you ready for this? If you were born in the United States, you are also, say it with me now,
Black American.
a Black American. So what the fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about?
It's just a Caribbean way, and I can't speak for Africans. I can say for Haitian people.
But it's wrong. It's wrong.
It's African American is wrong because you're not African.
I'm an African descendant. Yes, I am.
Hmm? You just said you're not African.
No, I said I'm Black, which I am.
Okay.
You never asked me what that entails. On paper, I am African American, right? That's just what that is. I am of African descent, and I am born in.
Actually, it's not wrong because it's not saying it in the sense that, like an ethnicity, it's saying that you are an American who is Black.
No, it's like saying female instead of saying woman. That's what
oh yes, it is said with distaste. I'm not.
That's what. It's not the the phrase is weird because nobody says Black American. So
no, we say Black American.
No, because y'all are fucking weird. No, I'm saying.
Oh, so this season you the one pissing everybody off.
We switch roles. No, I'm saying that it's just one is said with disdain, which kind of like it hurts my heart because at the same, like, to be honest, your parents might be African or Caribbean, but you are also a Black American. So you saying those things and you saying it with disdain, it definitely puts a divide in the diaspora. And that's, like I said, a conversation for another day. But sir, are you buying on the river?
On the hole. From the other side.
On the side. All I need to know. All right, we gotta move on. You ready?
I'm here.
Okay, so there's this white lady named Bella Thorne.
That sounds like a porn star. Is it a porn star?
I think she does porn. She's like skinny. I guess.
I was joking.
Like I believe she actually does sex work.
Oh, we doing it politically correct now?
No, you said that she do porn. Like, yes, I believe she does sex. But
She's a sex worker.
That's what category it falls under. Yeah.
Porn star.
Which is what?
No, why didn't you
What
say?
do porn stars do?
Porn.
Okay. Anywho, so Bella Thorne had last week had a little bit of blowback, right? Because she signed herself up for OnlyFans, so she had an account, and she was telling everybody that she was going to be naked, okay, like titties, nipples, UV, what's it called?
You have it ain't me.
A little flaps. No. Yes, thank you. I was like, what's the little, all of that, everything.
For the people, is that me mansplaining?
Shut up. No, because mansplaining would mean that you would explain what that is. So look at you trying to make a joke. Look at you.
You done?
Yeah. So anyway, fingers spreading, the lips open, everything. Like she said, all of it. A1, right? Was charging people $200 a pic.
When I can see her.
On top of
a picture? Still?
Yes, on top of the subscription cost. So the $200 fee.
OnlyFans. I really don't.
Okay, so you get on this site.
No, I get what it is. I'm just saying, why would anybody pay for that?
Because they want to see. I want to see you. And now I can't just jump on Pornhub to see you. I got to see
Why?
you. Because maybe they took their content down. I don't know.
You ain't got no control of that shit. Pornhub illegally post all that shit.
You definitely can get your stuff taken down off of Pornhub.
That's the Mia Khalifa or whatever her name is.
Anyway, so you pay for the subscription, right? And then also you can have people pay for like specific things that are within that like subscription, right? So there's something everybody can see who pays for that subscription, and then I guess you can DM people and then charge that way, and they can also leave a tip. So it's been great for sex workers in general because COVID, right? People are losing jobs. This is how a lot of people have been paying for their livelihood the last few months, right? However, Miss Thorne,
My night with OnlyFans.
Safari has an OnlyFans, like he's in there. You don't know Safari, Nicki Minaj's her boyfriend. He has an OnlyFans. Apparently, he getting nasty in there.
Okay. Y'all want to see me on OnlyFans? I got some taco meat. Y'all want to?
Listen, I'm gonna be in there playing basketball. Don't let him fool y'all. And he's like, and this is how you do a turnover. Nobody wants to see that, Michael. Nobody wants to see it. But anyway, so Miss Thorne was charging people their head and their ass to see her head and her ass, basically. But come to find out, she was only sending lingerie photos. So people were big mad. Shorty made $1 million in like 2 days, or a couple $1 million in like 2 days, right? Something that is unfounded.
Who is this person? Oh, I gotta see.
I'll go look her up, right? I don't know. She's not my cup of tea. I'm an ass woman, so you know, she ain't got it. It ain't for me. However,
I mean, yeah, not $1 million. Come on now.
Well, I mean, people, you know, it's a bunch of subscribers or whatever. Anywho, she basically lied, and so people decided they wanted refunds since she lied. What happened was OnlyFans decided, oh shit, we got to pay all these people back because now they're mad and they feel like they've been scammed. So not only do they have to pay all these people back, but now they also put some rules on what you can do. So now you can only charge about $50 or $100 per like DM price, and it can only tip up to $100. So for a lot of these people, that's like, again, their livelihood, right? They're making like hand over fist type of money. Like girls are making $50,000 in like 2 months type shit, to now like slice that into like a quarter of whatever it is they might be getting now.
Yeah, white people just ruin everything.
Every time. And then on top of that, it used to take 2 weeks for your money to process and get to you. Now, because of Miss Thorne and them having to pay back all these people, now it's going to take 30 days before they receive their money. So all of these people, yeah, it's not looking pretty good for them. She's apologized. Nobody cared. They're still mad, and they're angry at OnlyFans for doing this after, you know, she was the fuck up. So if anything, she should be banned, and it shouldn't, you know, have any consequences for everybody else. But you know how the cookie sometimes crumbles about that. So
how the fuck? How you fuck up the bag for everybody? Like,
you know, when the whites come out and was like, "Hold on, honey, hold on,
bro, man, bro."
I mean, thousands of dollars. If I would have known this, right? School and spilled thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that nobody in any of my interviews asked for, I'd have shown a little bit of ass for a little bit of cash. I'm just saying, you can see a little bit something strange, but a little
piece of change, you know.
Okay, it's definitely strange. So
the one night OnlyFans is still come.
It's gonna be me in there drinking water. I mean, I said drinking water, drinking wine in the bathtub, showing them my.
And I would be playing basketball. I was gonna say which ball is gonna be bouncing in this video.
Stop! I'm gonna get you a brown basketball so they don't know which one's which. Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay. So you don't care about Miss Thorne? Kind of, neither do I. Moving on. I'm gonna say last topic for now because the other one I no longer care about. I'm gonna say it really fast. So the NBA decided to have a strike, right? Not a strike. I keep calling it a strike. They decided to boycott. I believe what's his name, Jacob Black.
About the strike.
No, they do not. They barely have the heart to
boycott, motherfucking.
And that's why I no longer care. So apparently they were boycotting because Jacob Black was shot 7 times in the back unjustly, obviously, as it always goes. And so they decided that they were going to have a boycott, and it lasted all of 48 hours, and they are now playing their playoffs all over again. So shout out to y'all holding back for enough time to make people uncomfortable and, coming right back to give the fans what they need. Because, that's what matters is sport. Anyway, Akon said that T-Pain would never be as good as he could have been because he never left the hood. He was confined to urban music. And he also shared that Black people let go of slavery. It is holding us back, our anger about slavery. Would you like
the multi-millionaire who can pay away the pain?
Yeah.
Because clearly. Not because you open up, because normally I'm never the one to tell people like how they're coping with shit, but you've opened up the door for me to now speculate that you must not be feeling any more pain anymore from slavery, because clearly you found the solution.
Well, maybe he's like the pull yourself up from your bootstraps. Everybody can just go make music, switch over from, urban to pop, whatever the fuck urban is supposed to mean, to pop music, make a whole bunch of dollars, disappear, and then come back and tell us what we should and shouldn't feel as the poor folks. So,
I mean, why didn't we think about that?
I don't know, Michael. Just go make $1 million and then be like, I don't know what all you Negroes mad about.
Clearly, bro. Like, I don't know what you know what? Let's just pick a country. Right? Let's just pick a country, right? And give them running water, electricity. And then just because it's that simple, isn't it?
Obviously.
Clearly. I mean, Akon, man, why didn't you tell us this before?
I didn't know that the reason why white people treat me wrong is because I wouldn't let go of slavery.
Why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't even get all the way out. I really tried to. I'm sorry.
Why didn't you tell me? I could have did that a long time ago.
Honestly, I don't understand where this comes from, right? And I'm gonna get into the T-Pain thing personally for myself because I have a few words for Mr. Khan, Mr. Coon. I don't know what to call him, but in terms of letting slavery go, where should we put it next to the 9/11 or the Holocaust stuff? Which one would you feel more comfortable as?
Well, we know the Holocaust never happened because
Oh damn! We going real far. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
okay.
The Holocaust never happened, right? People said it never happened.
I would love to see. Like one day, I hope his ancestors or somebody's ancestors, he can come see mine. He can come see me, right? Just show up in his dream and say, "What you say about that slavery stuff again?" That just what?
You know what would be nice? Like, if all those celebrities and people like that'd be white loving, and that might be a new term, white loving.
You're getting fancy.
White loving and like slavery redacting and all this shit. We should have like an exhibit for people like that. And get to experience slavery for.
My guy's gonna be like him, Ben Carson.
Yeah, they should have, and I think like what's a good amount of time for someone to kind of understand what slavery is?
No, but this man is damn near 50 years old, so I don't got nothing to say other than I hope those white people treat you well in hell. Like I don't know what else to say.
Love white people, bro. Like
maybe he's a good person. Who knows?
Huh?
I said maybe he is a good person. Who knows? I have no idea, and I'm not gonna judge him.
I'm tired of doing that for people, bro. It's too much out here now. Too much for you, huh?
I said you're right. We did switch roles this season, huh?
No, like after a while, it's like I'm not trying to hear anymore that you just don't know, or there's too much information out here. And also at this point, it's like there's a certain age I feel like you should reach that you shouldn't be saying certain ignorant things anymore. Like there's a certain point, right? And and for people who may not have went to college or university or whatever the case may be, I'll push it up a little further for you. You have a few more time because the spirit. Not to say that people who won't go to school aren't educated, but it's just there's certain more things I know for a fact that you are exposed to if you go to college and university, right? It's just, bro, like you just shouldn't be saying dumb shit like that no more. bro.
Yeah, I mean, even going back to the idea of like, because for me it connects, right? Him talking about T-Pain and him never switching over, and it's like, why do we feel like we have to switch over in order to gain a certain amount of like
White loving.
yeah, and it's close. It's the proximity to whiteness, and I think that his success is also his proximity to, you know, due to the proximity of whiteness in everything that he's been able to do, right? Because I don't know about you, but I don't know a whole bunch of people who are able to gain enough funds to go to any country in Africa and decide that they're gonna, you know, build damn near a city or a country or whatever the fuck he's doing over there, right? And I'm happy that he's going home and he's doing these things. However, I think something that frustrates me is
You know what home is.
huh? But and I guess it kind of ties into our last conversation too, or like the thing we should talk about, like the difference in the diasporas, right? Of being Black and what does that mean in all of its different ways, shapes, and forms, right? Because
He's a spectator. He doesn't even get to talk about that shit. He's a spectator. You're not African American. So like, as far as I know, Akon's not African American. So like, you don't get to tell people from here. Like it's a whole well.
You know what? Let's make that. We're gonna just make it an episode because we obviously got.
Yeah, because it's too much. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Akon, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm not letting go of slavery anytime soon, because white people refuse to let go of racism. So until we can all come to terms with, you know, letting our pain go, whatever white people are feeling, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to move forward.
I don't know why this has been put on my spirit to say, but I need to just say, if you are white, you are racist, and you have to spend every single day trying to undo the fact that you are racist. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it's just anybody who's white that's listening, and you understand that you are racist, you contributed to a racist system, and every day of your life must be spent trying to undo that and work to bring down that system. Being white and existing, literally seeing white people is a microaggressive for us. Like your existence, taking up space, the things that you own, like all that stuff contributes to racism. Not your fault, unless you actually are like actively trying to be racist and shit like that. But like, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? As a man, like I am misogynistic. I don't get to pick that. Like that's just what it is. I get to choose now with what I do now, right? But I can't undo what I've done to people my whole life. The fear I put into people's hearts when I walk into a room, rightfully so, right? Not to white women when they're just scared for no reason, but like, shit like that.
His birthday was a few days ago.
Huh?
I said shout out to Emmett Till. His birthday was a few days ago.
Word.
Which is sad that we even have a list of people that has died at the hands of racism. Akon, I hope you're listening. You're probably not, but when we get big, I'm gonna play this back for you so that you know how badly I hated that statement and all the things you are currently representing. I would like to add to your statement, if that's okay. Do you care? Black people, I love you, but I need us to start recognizing our biases with ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I mean the whole diaspora, right? Look at what you're doing and how you react and how you think of Black people in general and its proximity to whiteness. And let's correct that. It's time to start correcting that, because us making statements like this is harmful. It is triggering and it is painful to hear. And so if you agree, you got to do some some searching, because there's something going on there that as a community we need to come together and have a discussion and hopefully heal from it. But understand that your proximity to whiteness also contributes to that same system that keeps you at the bottom, because that will always keep, no matter how much money he has, he's still going to be a nigga. And that's it, at least right now, because we haven't been able to break through whatever it is we need to break through as a whole, as a society. So please do your work too, because it's not just on them. There are people in our community who is perpetuating this, and that's not okay. So that's,
No, I feel you. And to say that in layman's terms to whoever may not have gotten it because she used some big words or whatever the case may be, stop white loving. Like, if every single time Black people tell you something, they're feeling a certain way, and all you want to do is just bash them for how they're feeling, or you want to tell them about how they're supposed to undo what white people have done, you need to stop. You need to start looking at yourself and trying to figure out
Why is it that you keep putting the blame on the people who are actually oppressed?
Whew. Man, they wasn't ready for this comeback episode. I guess we have some things to get off our chest. Okay, that's it for me, honey. So, ball is in your court. Balls is in your court.
How many? Counting 3 at this point. Y'all pay some extra money. I'll bounce 2 balls.
All the balls you would. Yeah, I'll throw them, and I throw that ball in the circle. Oh my goodness. Aside, men in porn with really long ball sacks make me uncomfortable, and then I stop watching the porn. Moving on. Nope, we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. Not gonna talk about it.